So, hello everyone, welcome again to another video. This is Morgan Rowling's Wizard of the Old World Order and the Church of All Worlds. Hail and welcome. So, something has been weighing on me rather badly for the last few days, actually. The burden of sin, so-called sin. I don't know how many of you out there have ever had experience in a Christian background. I have. As I know, my hair is all messy. I was raised for almost 25 years as a Christian before being liberated by my own choice and my own mind. You walk around every day under a black cloud, as it were. And perhaps not all Christians have my experience, but I'm showing you my experience because it's what I have. It's what I have to share and inform everyone about. Oppression is the best word I can use to describe it. Always, always, always not being good enough for your family. Them always telling you that I should have done better, I should have done it differently, I did it wrong, I ruined it, I cost them in some way. It became a sin that the chicken's water feeders rusted. The galvanized layers flaked off because it was continually wet and it rusted, and somehow it was my fault because I didn't prevent it from happening. Unfortunately, and we have spoken to several people on this, it cannot be prevented. They rust after 2 years. But it was somehow my fault. I was punished for it. I was shunned for it. And as I've said in a previous video, every natural inclination was condemned. If I ever said I was praying about a future wife, my grandmother assumed that it meant, oh, I just want sex. That's all I want. And sex is evil. You shouldn't have sex. And yes, my family has been compared with a cult. Many times. Many times. And yes, it was. By definition, a cult is a group of people doing unnatural, unusual, and even idiotic things for the gain of another. My grandmother was the one gaining all the benefit. She was too old and she couldn't afford anyone to run her little farm. So that's where my family came into play. My mother, my sister, and I. And she ruled us with religious fear in order to keep us in her house long after me and my sister had grown into adulthood. And we did all the work for her, and she did nothing but reap the benefit of her garden and the eggs from her chickens and the friendliness of her dog and cat, who are taken care of by myself. That was a cult. Now, what I am part of, and the people who are part of it with me, are not a cult. And I'll show you why. Because none of us work for the benefit of a single individual. We all are in this for our own selves. there is no master. There is only individuals. I teach people to liberate their mind, to do what they want to do with their lives, to dress the way they want, to speak the way they want. If men want to wear makeup, then let them. It's their choice, and it doesn't hurt you. If I want to wear black all the time in my jewelry, let me. It is my choice, and it doesn't hurt you. But the burden of sin, supposed sin. Me and my family, we starved for almost 3 weeks. Literally with nothing to eat. Because of my grandmother. We were so busy running her place that we could not go out and get jobs. We spent all of my grandmother's savings. We spent every penny that we found in the cushions of the couch. We ate everything in the house. We boiled spices to try to make tea. It did not work, but we tried. There wasn't a crumb left in the house for us to eat, and we spent 3 weeks with nothing. Luckily, one of our family members found us. One of the few family members who wouldn't get caught up in the cult. And they helped us, and then the lady who owns the feed store in the town helped us out and eventually gave me a job. She offered my sister a job. My sister, I'd say for about 3 weeks. She worked on the ranch before she quit. And then it was all up to me. And then my sister accused me of child abuse and witchcraft. At the time, I had no idea what witchcraft was. And I was innocent. I was disowned. I was given the choice to humble myself before God again, God technically being my grandmother. Or I could get out, and I chose to get out. And that day I liberated myself. And then as an affront against my sister and my mother, I did become involved in the occult. And now I'm one of the biggest people in it that you can ever meet. And it's all thanks to my own mind. I decided to be done with it. I became free. And I've never once wished to go back. I would not trade the life I have now for all the riches of the world. I am free. My mind is free, and you can never free any person in any stronger way than through their mind. I'm not afraid of God. If He exists, fuck Him. I don't care. I don't believe in sin. Sin does not exist. Sin is what displeases the Christian God, and if the Christian God does not exist, then neither does sin. And I am He who takes away the sin of the world, because I have just proven it non-existent. Today was a rather heavy video. I'm sorry. If you made it to the end, congratulations. I didn't think you had it in you. Thank you for watching. If you got anything out of it, please give me the jolly good thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I've got lots of videos like this here. So, until next time, hail and farewell.